Welcome to week 1 of the NFL preseason, where the rookies of today hope to become the stars of tomorrow. It's the Seahawks and the Chargers, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
It was only opened in 2020, but quickly became one of the league's most recognizable venues. You're looking at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. Alongside Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott. And finally, Brock, we can say it. Football is back. Look at that. We didn't even practice that. Wins and losses don't quite count just yet, partner. But for a lot of people, us included, we are just happy to see games being played once again.
Yeah, it's been a long wait for fans of the sport. And it's one thing to have a draft and OTAs. It's another to actually start hitting one another. And I know for these guys on the field, they can't wait to hit somebody else.
Michael Dixon with the honor of getting us started. And off we go from SoFi. Returning it from the 4. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So now out comes the Charger offense for their initial drive of the game. And it's their 5th-year quarterback leading the charge.
I know quarterbacks of this ilk sure excite their teammates. They love to see his explosion and that speed come to life. I also know this, Kate, that defensive coordinator on the other side, he did not sleep good all week long, knowing he could do everything right, have the right call. But that QB speed is a difference maker.
And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
Lance did not like what he was seeing, Brock, and he just hurls this one away. This one intended for the running back. So second down coming up. Running behind center with Harris. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. The end result there, 15 yards and a first. Harris once more. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
This is Harris on second down. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out. Now it's Lance. Nice work by the back here, playing safety valve complete. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
He had all the distance and just enough accuracy to send it through. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
You know disc golfers, Kate? Yeah, I'll go to disc golfers. They sometimes give the basket a hug if an errant putt hits but still goes in. You may want to go give the goalpost a hug after this game. It took a friendly redirect off the upright to make that field goal good.
Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. So out come the Seahawks for their first offensive possession. And in his 8th season as a QB, he's the one to lead them out.
If we had asked Sam Darnold, coming out of USC as the 3rd overall pick in the draft, to write the story of his career, I don't think he would have written some of these chapters. But in the end, it makes you tougher. It makes you grittier. And playing quarterback in the NFL is a lot about that. Your ability to just withstand adversity and to continue to get up time after time after time. And Sam Darnold has shown that kind of perseverance.
This is Walker on second. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4. Here's Darnold. Dumps it off to his running back. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. They get 6 and a first down as well.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
First down, ball at the 36. They'll go with Walker on the counter. He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. Alohi Gilman up from the secondary for that tackle. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Running with Walker again. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on third down? Well, we chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time. A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Darius Davis to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Chargers getting their offense set for their second drive. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Lance. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and he forces those defenses to find a way to...
Seahawks bringing the pressure, and they got him! And that pushes them back, 3rd down coming up.
Pretty even match in this first half, and you're just kind of waiting, right? You just kind of try to get a feel for which defense is going to come to life. And when you get that sack, that could go a long way to infusing some energy on that side of the ball.
He's on the move. And he slides down. We'll see what the business is with this penalty flag. This could be coming back. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Here he is on 3rd and long. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. The Chargers lined up in punt formation. And we'll see how his debut offering goes. And he collects the fair catch just inside the 35. So no return on that punt. And it'll be Seahawks football. So Seattle retakes the field for their second series. And they brought out their kicker for a field goal their last possession. This time they'll look to bring him out for an extra point instead. Darnold. This one's caught. It's cut near the sideline. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Escapes the... And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes him back, 3rd down coming up.
It's looking like a dreaded 3-and-out offensively, but listen, if you can't keep your quarterback clean and upright, you're going to need some magic, big-time magic, to convert on this 3rd and long.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long. Here's Darnold to throw. Walker hauls it in. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. First, second, third down, sometimes even fourth. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
Fields this at the 19. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. That punt goes 63 yards. And the Chargers take possession. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Throwing his Lance. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Back to throw, it's Lance. Searches, pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes him back, 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board. Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Signaling fair catch, and he takes it in at the 37. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And they'll get ready to go on offense. The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Tuli Tuipulotu in for the tackle. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Staying with Walker. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Running it after the penalty. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They pick up a single yard, still well behind the sticks for this 3rd down. Now Darnold. Rolling left, buying some time. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
I don't know why, Kate, but when I'm thinking of this series that we all just watched, I'm just hearing the sound thud. Not a whole lot of other ways to describe the set of downs that we just watched and the results that followed. It was 3rd and extra long, and now it's 4th and forever.
So another punt coming up. Michael Dixon back out there. His first punt win 50. This is away and looks even better. Starts the return at the 34. And he gets him something back on that return. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield. This one returned for 11 yards. Man, it'll be their football. Out comes the offense now for the Chargers. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Taken in by Harris. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And the Chargers will have a 1st. They're set up at the 35 now. Going option, headed left on this 1st down. And they bring him down at the 25-yard line after surrendering some good yardage. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1. Here's Lance. Into the hands of Conklin. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
From the red zone now. He's got it. And he's out of bounds at the 3. Nearly got to the end zone there. All right, here we go. Second down. To the air, Lance. And what a risk, but he can't hang on. No interception, but nearly a turnover in the end zone. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Here's Lance now. And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers break the tie here in the first. Mike Williams, the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even in early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Dicker tacks on the extra point. And the Chargers break that tie and now lead by 7. The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Fielded at the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Seahawks offense taking the field now. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. Walker on first down. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Now an inside give to Walker. And he gets a few on the plunge forward. It's a gain of 3, but that still leaves him with 2nd and 17. And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. We're back to SoFi right after this. About set for the second quarter. Seahawks football here. They have second down behind the sticks. First throw for the backup now. Short pass brought in. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes.
And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up fourth down.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Michael Dixon on the punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. Has it at the 37. Duke the defender. And a good return as he gets him up across midfield and into enemy territory. A nice 15-yard pickup on the return. And they're going to take over possession. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Back now, pressure on its way. This into the hands of Will Dissly. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Tackle made by Ernest Jones. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Here he goes on the bootleg. Escapes out to the left. He's He's running for it. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he works it down to the 30-yard line. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. A give left side, here's Harris. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
You know what that felt like to me, Kate? That felt like a little bit of overthinking, where he was just waiting for the perfect lane and the breakaway run. But against defenses in this league, you hesitate, you get tackled for a loss.
That's the first down, and he's still going. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Running left is Harris. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. Pass play now. Pass is caught at the 9. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. And not a great choice on first down. It's incomplete, nearly intercepted, actually, so 2nd down coming up. They give it to him up the middle. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. 5 yards on the play, and now they've got 3rd and goal. He'll throw it. And he finds him in the end zone for an LA touchdown. The Chargers take a 13-point lead. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Dicker on now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chargers double their lead to 14. The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. That's going to be taken in at the 8. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Seahawks offense ready to get going once again. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Blown back, it's the handoff. And it took a couple of guys to haul him down there after a gain of just 1. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They give it to him again. And he found some running room for a nice gain. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3. Finds his man over the middle. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. He gets 6 on that play. And the Seahawks will have a first down. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Back to throw now. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And now they're staring at a 4th down. Seahawks bringing out the punt team. Michael Dixon will kick it away. That one hits at the 6, but can't check up. It gets into the end zone for a touchback. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. They're out and set, 1st and 10. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
This defense needed that, Kate. Just something good to happen. Creating a negative play. You never know when this thing could turn in the NFL, and that sack is exactly what the doctor ordered.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's only able to get this to around the 13. Just 1 yard. Could have used considerably more. That's going to bring up 3rd and very long. He's going to throw this one. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Woo! I am not sure how we didn't see a safety right there. Oh my gosh, I don't think I'm the only one nervous in the building because that QB kept going back and back and was heading right for disaster, but saved himself just a couple yards short.
The Chargers lined up in punt formation. J.K. Scott will kick it away. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. Big kick on that one, 62 yards. And it'll be Seahawks football. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Here's a give up the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
From the 31. Cup on the catch. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Throwing now off play action. And he overshoots his man. It's incomplete.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Flush down now to his left. Oh, he's going to run for it. They'll have 1st and goal to go now after they gain 18 on the previous play.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Escapes a defender. And he's brought down after a decent gain. He gets him 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd and goal. They're throwing it. That's low and bounces short of his man. First time this game they've looked to him. And now they're left with 3rd and goal. Now looking to throw. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. You got to shake it off and keep on firing.
Myers' kick is good, and that'll get him back to 11.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. On the return, it's Jalen Reagor. He's brought down to end that return as we've reached our 2-minute warning. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Dump off caught by his back. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that first down because you call a screen on first, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, that defense creates a negative play and sets him back behind the sticks.
Looking for his wide receiver there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he's brought down after a short gain. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. They're 1st to 3. So once again, J.K. Scott out to punt it away. Averaging a little under 50 a kick so far, Brock, as he gets away another one. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. The Seahawks and this running back headed back out for a new series. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. They'll throw on 1st. Delivered to the sideline. Smith-Njigba brings it in.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
From the 34. Setting up the screen. And this one doesn't go far. Seahawks in their hurry-up offense. They need to get everyone to the line. Still going inside the 35. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. They'll throw it again. Dumped off to his running back. And that's good for a gain of 5. That's Denzel Perryman in on the stop.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get him enough yards for the 1st, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Myers' kick is good. And that brings the deficit back within a score, 8 points.
Give him the first half trifecta. He's 3 for 3 on field goals. And as much as they'd like 6 points to end drives, not 3, they can at least be happy they're getting consistent looks inside field goal range, and he's delivering.
All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And he'll get it up to the 44. So we've reached the half of this preseason opener. Now we'll go coast to coast. Jonathan Coachman standing by in our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you two in just a moment. The preseason is upon us as these two teams get things rolling. They'll have 2 more games after this to get ready before week 1 comes our way.
The Chargers
It'll be here
team is out,
before you
and
know
they'll
it.
put a charge into this one. Starting from the 5. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. The Seahawks sending their offense out to begin the third quarter. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Dropping back to throw. Gets it to him on the screen.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core, football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
They'll run now on second down. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Tackle made by Elijah Molden. The Chargers into a nickel set, third down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. He manages a gain of 8 there. And it sets up Seattle with first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Now a give running right. No one around. He's got space. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a massive 35-yard pickup, first down.
You know, it is so refreshing for these running backs when they have space to run. It's hard. There's so many collisions between the tackles. When they get on the edge and have green grass, well, the best of them take advantage of it.
And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes them back quite a ways. Play action on first down. Hits his running back.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, when one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Only 3 yards that time. They're left to figure out a 3rd and 15. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And he crosses out of bounds, so now we're going to learn who the penalty flag is on. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Myers' kick is good. And that gets them back within 5.
They can't blame him for the deficit, He's been doing all he can to kick them into contention. That's now his 4th field goal. And all those kicks he's made are part of why the lead is still close.
Rager with the return here. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. The Chargers offense getting set to take over. They've got first down from the 31. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. It is caught left side. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
A dangerous throw, and he almost got burned by it. The interception dropped and incomplete on first down. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. And that's incomplete, and he's happy to have that one fall compared to, well, the alternative. Looked like it was gonna be picked there. No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Opening carry of the game for Kimani Vidal. And defenders continue to swarm over to get him at the line. No gain on that play, and now they're looking at 4th and 10.
Don't laugh at me, Kate. I almost wish there was an actual white flag on either sideline we could see waving in this spot, because that was an easy mop-up for the defense to force 4th and long.
They'll send out the punting unit. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. And he's got this fair catch right along the 12-yard line. The Seahawks returning their offense and this running back to the field. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. He's got it on the bootleg. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. That one ends up a gain of 6. And the Seahawks will have a first down. They'll run the counter. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. They'll throw it. He'll get this to Cup. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. He got a major fistful of jersey on that play, and it's going to end up costing him. Running it after the penalty. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
And he's short of the first after a mild gain. The rookie from Clemson in on that stop. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. He'll look to throw. We've got a screen to the running back. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play.
It's plays like that, Kate, right, wrong, where I sit and judge a defense. I judge the awareness. I judge how well that coordinator's got him equipped to see what's going on the field, and not just see it, but attack it. And they devoured that screen game on 3rd down.
Fair catch called for, and he brings it in. Looks like right at about the 29-yard line. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And the Chargers take possession. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. He's dropping back to throw. Completed over the middle. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Caught by his fullback behind the line. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Tackle made by Jaron Reed. 3rd and just 2 to go. They're going play action. Caught for big yards on the right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They got 24 yards on the play. And it brings up an LA first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, But I don't know how you test courage at the combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Still sticking with the passing game. That one's complete, right side. And he works this to the 38 before going down. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Short pass brought in. And he's out of bounds, just short of the 30. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. They'll run it from the gun. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there, making a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
Has it at the 7. And they get to him, but this is a first down.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. He completes it in traffic. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Second chance at 6 here. It's 2nd and goal. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. Setting up a throw. Getting out to his left. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the pressure drives them backwards.
I know we talk about rhythm a lot when it comes to music, but it's the same thing with a quarterback and his protection. This QB was in rhythm, but they knocked the notes out of him on that one.
Brown's kick is up and good. And that'll make this an 8-point game.
Well, that's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. He fields it from the 8. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Seahawks back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. 1st and 10, they're going to throw. Complete over the middle. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 37. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing now off play action. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it sets up Seattle with 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
They'll run here on 1st down. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. So nothing but a pair of field goals added to the board as we arrive at the end of our 3rd quarter. It's the Seahawks with possession, needing to erase that deficit in a hurry. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
Pass play on 1st and 10. Completed to his running back. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up. Looking for a throw here. He has the first over the middle. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They need the end zone here. They've got 4 chances at it. This is 1st and goal. They motion Cup over right. And he's going to have the touchdown. We'll see if he gets to keep this, though, Brock. We've got some laundry on the field. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. Wrong time to get caught for holding. Backed him up as they'll retry this 1st and goal. Goal to go. It's a pass play. This throw is cupped. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. It's 2nd and goal. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Cut near the goal line. It's a Seattle touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Extremely important moment here for the Seahawks as they go for 2. He's throwing for it! And no connection on the 2-point try. It fails. Well, they took their shot at the tie, but they'll need to manufacture another score in the time remaining now as that 2-point try is unsuccessful.
It becomes a little bit tougher to punch it in for 2 when that defense knows what's on the line, too. That's a spot where their hand was forced after the touchdown. They had to do their best to surprise them with the call. Easier said, Kate, than done.
And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Charger offense making its way to the field. Their lead cut down inside a field goal, so points imperative here to get some breathing room. On 1st down, they'll run. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. Looking to the air here. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. They'll try and throw it here. Sideline throw is incomplete. Should have been intercepted in all reality. Instead, 4th down coming up.
Gosh, you could just almost feel his eyes up here, Kate, getting huge, right? He was envisioning the return, and he simply dropped it. Got to secure that pick before you think of anything else.
And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The visitors are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this 2nd half. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Back-to-back carries here. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Back to throw. He's got a man left. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Plowing up the middle. Avoids a defender. We've got a foot race. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles.
Finds him over the middle, and he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. 2nd and 3 now. Throwing off the play fake here. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. They get 22 on that one. And the Seahawks will have a first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
From the gun, here's a handoff. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6. Pass play coming here. The throw is caught. And he's brought down for a loss.
Sure showed off some mobility on that play. Got outside the pocket and easily found an open man.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Catch is made in close. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
Going ground on 1st and goal. And he's across for the touchdown. And that flag is not going to stop this celebration. They know that's an offsides call. Got to the end zone with a free play, so they will, of course, decline offsides and take the points. Now it's Jason Myers on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Seahawks jump in front now by 5. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Here's a return from the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. Now LA getting its offense all set to go. They find themselves down here in the 4th after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Dump off to his fullback. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
The give here on 2nd. Room to work at the 35. And he gets it forward to the 43-yard line. They'll get 18 yards there. And the Chargers will have a first.
They had the first down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Back to throw. Connects with his back, Kimani Vidal. And he'll get it up to the 44.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
It's a gain of 12 there. And it brings up an LA first down. Here's the handoff. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Here's a throw. Gets this one to Harris. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. They gain 14 on the play. And the Chargers will have a first.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Right up the gut. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
Dumps it off to his running back. And he's able to take this one down to the 25.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. 4th down, that much tougher. It's the 2-minute warning here in LA. Chargers facing a 5-point deficit. They need a lot here, but still going for it on 4th and 15. He's back to throw. He finds him beyond the marker. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. Timeout call by the Chargers. They're first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. They're now set for 1st and 10. Blown back gets the handoff. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. Back to throw. And they got there in time. He's taken down. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Bend. Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Now to throw. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. Impressive play, but they are well shy of the 1st down.
Awareness. Kate, you hear me and so many others talk about it a lot with quarterbacks, but it's critical for every unit on a football field. And for the defense right there, to have an awareness of knowing where the marker was and to make sure that completion wasn't going to move the chains.
And on fourth down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. This offense headed out as we get a look at their running back.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
And he found some running room for a nice gain. The Chargers call a timeout. That's their last one. Lining up to take a knee on second down. The Seahawks in a victory formation as they take a knee.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second. Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he's just going to fair catch this one. That's brought in at the 39-yard line. So it's a win for the Seahawks. And they're off to a good start in the preseason, Brock. Seen a lot of players fighting together for the victory. So for Brock Eward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. The Seahawks winners as we say goodbye from Los Angeles.